On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I felt that she was saying that now that she is married, men don't approach her, they don't talk to her. And it's hard for her to be like, oh, am I still attractive to my husband? Like, do he still like me? Because, most of the time when you're married, listen, most of the time when you're married, your husband, hold on. Most of the time when you're married, your husband don't give you attention or tell you you're beautiful every day, right?
If you guys are just joining us, we're down to our last and final topic, which is flirting in a relationship harmless or cheating? Is flirting in a relationship harmless or cheating? I just in our Facebook chat, this was real big. This was major right here, man. We got a lot of people commenting about this. So I want to ask you, Anton, is flirting in a relationship harmless or is it cheating?
I wouldn't say it's cheating, but it ain't harmless either. Because the thing about it that I've always believed is that when you put yourself in a certain position, you open yourself up to the possibility. Like, yeah, flirting is cool. But first of all, let's take into consideration what you're doing to the other person, because you're actually making them believe in some way, shape, or form that something is possible with you, which is unfair to the other person. That's number one. But number two, I think that flirting creates a space where you leave yourself open to the possibility of what could happen. And even though the overwhelming majority of your interactions may not necessarily turn into nothing, I have an objective or an agenda within myself if I'm flirting with you. Whether it be for my own ego, whether I want to, see what's there, whether or not I want to see if you interested. And then if you turn out to be, super duper interested, that might actually turn into something, depending on how many drinks I have and the circumstance and the situation and where we at that particular moment and whether or not I can get a room fast enough. My point is that flirting is not cheating. I would never categorize it as cheating. However, I will say that it's not harmless and that there is collateral damage that has been left in the wake of flirting that turns into something. Like, I wouldn't do anything that I wouldn't want my chick to do. I'll put it like that. If I don't want her out there leading guys to believe something and then we see them out and they're like, man, I was just hollering at her the other day. Like, I don't want that to be the narrative in any circumstance and situation. So I always move from the perspective of I base my actions off the expectations of what I have from the person that I'm in a relationship with. So I'm going to pass on the flirting. Again, just answering the question. I don't think it's harmless, but it's definitely not cheating. You can't even put it in that same category.
B next, is flirting in a relationship harmless or is it cheating?
I'm actually looking at the other end of the spectrum. I agree with Anton, but I am looking at it that it is almost like a form of cheating, because it's intentional, So the thing is, it's not like, oh, even if we say like, oh, I didn't know what was going on, I didn't know what was happening, So the thing is, it's like you're opening up that door, So it's like, I know we all, couch it as like, it was just something to do. It's just a game. I was bored, But like, if you want to see like somebody become crazy, this is when people become crazy, right? We always wonder, like, where did this level of crazy start? We say like, oh no, such and such been crazy. Nah, they became crazy because of this mixed messaging that arises from flirting. Because the thing is, somebody may be listening right now say like, I was just bored. You're saying that, but the recipient of that may say like, hey man, he might leave, his girl for me. Nah, that ain't it. But the thing is, going back to folks receive people differently. The thing is, Anton, you mentioned like at the club or something like that, right? Hey, the setting, you may feel like I'm at the club or whatever like that. But if you kind of know the environment itself and what it kind of brings out of you, or like we said earlier about being built for certain things, if you're not built to just go to the club just for your guys or your homegirls and just have a good time, just to drink without the other extracurricular activities, you don't need to be in the club. It's like, really, if you used to be like a recovering, drug addict, then you don't need to put yourself back in that environment again. Because guess what? You're going to go right back to the person that you thought that you wasn't anymore. So the thing is, it's just safe to not do it. Because if you're gonna do it, you need to see it through. This is not a game because you're playing with people's lives, their emotions, and you're creating that level of crazy that we all complain about. Men are crazy too. And you know why they became crazy? Because some woman flirted with them one day and had them feeling themselves and actually thought that, like, hey, you know what?
You said
She at, like, I'll be like, Anton, she at me. Y'all may say, like, oh yeah, I was just at the bar. He looked cute. I was bored. I didn't know where y'all went, so I just started talking to him. Yeah, but I'm over that. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like, hey, you know, I was wondering. Like, no, it's over. It's like, wait, we were just vibing.
Ain't no woman
We
named
were just vibing earlier. This is the beginning of crazy. It starts at flirting. Even if we don't admit it, crazy happens here. This is step one to crazy.
It's funny because my story probably gonna be.
We all
My
got
story
crazy.
my story gonna be aligned with your theory, Brandon.
Huh? What'd you say?
My response probably gonna be aligned with your theory.
Hey, I'm just saying, crazy starts here for everybody. And the thing is, I know I don't even be in a group like that, but I be reading. So the thing is, folks tell me I'm just bored. It was just something to do. Yeah, it's innocent. And, you know, hey, it is what it is. Everybody does that. Yeah, until you have a crazy situation. It'll change your mind. And crazy starts here. That's all I got to say.
Tawanna, is flirting in a relationship harmless or is it cheating?
I used to think it was harmless because in the past, I've dated promoters, and part of their job was to flirt with women. And like they would flirt with the women to get them to come to the parties. And honestly, I was like, this is just like totally harmless and it's just nothing, to it. They just want these, women to come to the parties. And like I was super secure with who I was. And so I just never felt like there was a threat to me until one day I witnessed it like firsthand. And I went to the bar and my boyfriend at the time, man at the time, was talking to this chick, you know what I'm saying? And she was like in between his legs. And he didn't know I was coming up to the club. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know I was coming. So I surprised him. He told me he was there. He was like, yeah, I'm here and I'll be here or whatever. And so I pop up, right? This chick right in between his legs, and he got his leg, he ain't talking, she all close. And I walk up to him and I'm like, dude, like, what's going, like, what you doing? And she like, who is, who is this? You know what I mean? He like, he ain't trying to claim me or act, he don't know what's
He was just talking, right?
He was like,
a nice, decent conversation.
Man, I'm just, what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you just talking, what I'm, and so I tell the girl, I'm like, oh, I've been with him for, this is my man, right? Like, so I'm thinking she gonna be like, cool, I understand, whatever. She like, bitch, I don't get no, oh, you don't care. Okay. So here I go. Beat her ass. I'm sorry. I just had to do it.
Oh, snap.
Stop that. So wait, but I'm so young though. Like I'm so stupid.
Yeah, don't worry, Anthony. You already said she's just kind of crazy. That's all.
There you go. That's a crazy scenario.
Who comes to the club to beat folks up?
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
But still, I had my purse still on my arm. I was looking all cute. I still had my heels on. I wasn't trying to fight. That's not what I came there for. But that's what she did. And then the girl had sisters, and so they all, came out the club.
It's all the same story. Oh my God.
So all I'm saying is,
that sounds real toxic.
It was really toxic. It was really toxic. And so let me just say this: that after that experience, I was like, I think that you really have to be conscious of what you're doing. And when you're flirting, there is intention there. I don't care.
No, you can just say it was the club,
No, it is intention there. It's intention it's intention to get someone to engage with you, to talk to them. Like you really have to shut it down initially. And I think that sometimes you can be a little bit too talkative to a person and they may take it as an indication that you really want to pursue something. And then you have to shut it down immediately. And I think that once you shut it down immediately, then you show that you don't really have intention. But I do think that flirting can be a slippery slope And it can be harmless, but in most cases it's like that whole gateway drug.
Yeah,
Like you can try a
or
drug,
like how
you be
Anton
like,
mentioned
oh,
about these
I'm just
traps.
trying this drug, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna,
They're
and then
called
you can end
traps.
up becoming a crackhead. Like that's exactly what it is. Like you can literally try something, keep on trying it, and then eventually it leads to something inappropriate. And you have to weigh whether your relationship is worth you making that risk for. And I think a lot of people will say no. But some people may be like, well, I'm not really happy and I don't want to be in a
Yeah, because
that's
either you married or you
yeah.
single, right?
There you go. Hey. Now, to me,
Just
I
saying.
don't feel like that. I feel like if you committed, you committed. But I'm just saying that sometimes flirting is super inappropriate. You have to shut it down. But also, people can misconstrue conversations and make it inappropriate. I just say when you're approached, you have to shut it down immediately and
Can
be
I
like,
give a
"Hey,
variable to
I'm
this
not."
situation? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, JI, you didn't mention this, but it becomes one of those like, and I'm curious even for the audience or the people that was in the group this week. All right, flirting. We know for a fact. All that being said, our stories, it does happen. Now, is flirting still as innocent, or you're just bored if you actually are in a committed relationship? Because the thing is, flirting when you're single is just something to do. But flirting when you're actually in a relationship,
Yeah.
is that still, oh, it's just innocent? It was just
No,
something to
no. You
do.
could
Oh,
be
I
you
was
could
just
be unhappy.
bored. Or
It
I
could
don't
be
know how this happened. I was drunk.
no.
I don't know. I didn't know she meant that. Then is that now different?
You could be unhappy in your relationship, or you
Can
could
you
be
flirt? Can you flirt if you're in a relationship? That should be the real
no.
question. Is
That's what
flirting
it is.
okay if you're in a relationship?
It's absolutely it's no. That's when it's inappropriate.
People do it though, Tawanna.
Yeah, they do.
Because
They do.
everybody said this whole week, oh, it's innocent. It's the thing that everyone does it. So if everyone does
It was this
then
man
you
at my
normalize it like it's okay.
it was this man at my previous job. He had been married 30 years. He flirted with every woman in the office. Every last one of us. We all knew. Like when you walk past Mr. Blah, blah, blah,
Hey,
he gonna
if it's
flirt
grass
with you.
on the
And
field,
that's
I'm playing.
what it is. He flirted. And I mean, I don't think any woman was interested, but I don't know, right? It might have been some older woman that was kind of like, yeah, hey, sugar daddy, whatever. So I don't know. But I just know that was what he did. And that was part of his personality. And so, we never really met his wife.
What's the outcome in flirting, though? What's the outcome?
Yeah. I mean,
think about it. Think about it from like just an outcome aspect in life.
Yeah.
Life is about outcomes. What's the outcome in this action of flirting? What are we really trying to get out of it?
You could possibly have sexual, like it could lead to some intimacy, and you can have sex with people, and that could possibly, lead you to indiscretion and infidelity. So yeah, I mean that's the outcome. That's the worst case scenario with flirting.
Yeah, all that from being bored.
Yeah.
What about women?
I'm just a little bored.
Hey, Tawanna, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Like, what about the women that seek attention while they're in a relationship? Like, would you consider them seeking somebody to flirt with them?
They seeking attention while they're in a relationship. In what way? Like, if you're saying that they're intentionally flirting with men because they're trying to get men to engage with them in a, and they're being sexual, whatever, then that is wrong. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean, I'm just saying women is looking for attention, period, in a relationship.
B-Nix is confused. Like, what is going on?
I don't think so, because I think that sometimes, so this is the thing. Sometimes women are just social people. Like sometimes people are just no.
But like, aren't they inviting people to flirt? Like if they have the mindset where they're seeking attention, like aren't they inviting?
I don't talk when y'all listen. Some people are just extroverted and they just communicate and they just like to talk, and that has absolutely nothing to do with whether you're interested in a person sexually or trying to flirt. There's a difference. There's a difference.
So it's okay for a woman to seek attention.
When you're flirting, flirting.
Is it okay for a woman to seek attention while in a relationship?
I don't know. I don't think so.
But you said that it was okay for Aisha Curry. It was okay for her to seek attention.
I think that you guys
she had a day.
And I believe that you guys misconstrued her comment. And I don't think that's what she meant. And that's not what she said, actually. If you listen to the entire conversation, what she said was that.
I'm trying to listen to her rationalize. Like, what? The action speaks for itself.
Can I explain?
Hey,
can I explain what I
Go ahead.
About why that happened?
Hold on, Nick. Let Tawanna go ahead. Go ahead, Tawanna.
I felt that she was saying that now that she is married, men don't approach her. They don't talk to her. And it's hard for her to be like, oh, am I still attractive to my husband? Like, do he still like me? Because, most of the time when you're married, most of the time when you're married, your husband, hold on. Most of the time when you're married, your husband don't give you attention or tell you you're beautiful every day, right? And so
he's on the road trying to put up some 3-pointers, yo.
Yeah, he's not. And so what she said was that
he's making money.
Usually when you go out, men are like giving you attention, and so it's kind of let you know you still got it, right? Like your husband, he's still interested, he still likes you.
But why?
And
why does that matter?
I get into some trial, like, man, I just
she didn't say it matter.
I still got it, babe. That's all.
She didn't say it. She didn't say it matter.
For a minute, you know what I mean? I just want to see, hey, a little rusty, but hey, tonight though, I was on.
I mean, listen, if your man is fine, women gonna think he fine. And if your woman is fine, other men are gonna think she's fine. And all she was saying was that men don't approach her anymore. So it's kind of like she has to depend.
But why does it matter? Why does it matter?
She didn't say it mattered. She just was explaining how women, that's, a one way for a woman to measure.
Like she was doing damage control afterwards, but her initial reaction was just like,
no, it wasn't. If you listen to the entire conversation, she never said that she wanted men's attention. She said that was a way that some women measured if they still had it or not. And so sometimes
why does that matter if she still has it or not?
Well, we all need to know if we still got it. We women, we want to make sure we still, pleasing our men.
So then is it okay for a man to know if he still got it?
Yeah, man. I mean, you better be fine.
Wait. So I guess my question
is it okay? Like if a man goes out with his guys, is it okay for him to see? Is it okay if he still got it?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, but my question becomes like,
he ain't
so we recorded this too, right?
So no. But this goes back to our last.
I mean, I didn't have some stuff with you hoes. It's cool.
Why didn't she just go to Steph and ask him? Like, why is she even having these thoughts?
She just needed a second opinion, man. That's all. Outside source.
Because you need to do it. You need to do it like unconsciously without someone having to ask you.
She didn't even know what she was doing.
Just tell your woman. Tell your woman she's beautiful, and then maybe she won't need.
And guess what she gonna do? She gonna think you just being nice.
I won't think that.
The ironic thing about this whole show, I don't think I disagree with you one time. This whole show, bro.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Well, that's not ironic because all of the men are always aligned on this show.
Here you go. Well, you're aligned.
What the hell is ironic about all of y'all being aligned?
And you got her back like she blood. Defending this lady, this
stranger. I'm gonna tell y'all one time that y'all are the most, like, I don't know.
We what?
The most incredible.
Narrow-minded, tunnel vision, ass fools. Like that's what it is. Y'all just like tunnel vision, Like it's like your questions are leading into women being the wrong person. So you guys just go with that.
That's not true because the actual question
or redirect it.
The question is open-ended, for example.
No, y'all just be like, oh yeah, women are wrong, so I'm just gonna go with that direction. Like
for example, the question is flirting in a relationship harmless or cheating? So it's not pertaining to any specific gender at all. It's just saying, is anybody in a relationship right if they decide to take on this particular action? Which I'm consistent in saying that no, it's not right on either side, right?
But Aisha Curry was not flirting with anyone.
You don't want to keep bringing up Aisha?
No, JR's the one who brought her up.
I brought it up. The reason why I brought it up because I feel like as though if she was seeking by her seeking attention, she's inviting men
She
to
was
be able
not
to flirt
flirting with
her.
anyone.
I
She
just said she was
basically
flirting.
said,
Not that she's inviting men to be
She
able to flirt
needed
with her.
she
but
needed our
Anton's point
validation.
was not related
She
to
want
Aisha
us in her.
Curry's
She
point.
want
If
us in
a
her
if a
DMs.
guy walked up to her and was like, "Oh, you look good, you nice. Oh, thank you, thank you, I appreciate it." Is that wrong?
To say
Is that
thank you
wrong?
to a man who tells you you look nice, no, it's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's
But we
good
gotta
to tell
define.
somebody thank
Well, we
you.
gotta define what is flirting. By her entertaining, by her talking. Like most women would just shut it down. If a guy walked up and gave a compliment, you got some women and keep it moving.
No, you just say thank you.
She's sitting there saying thank you, all that.
She didn't say that. That's
All
a
right, so Tawanna.
that's an assumption, Jr. That's not what she said.
If
I
a
didn't
guy,
say she
if a
said it. I'm
guy
just
come,
giving an example.
if a guy
I
come
don't
up
believe
and
that.
try to talk to you, if a guy come up and try to talk to you, do that make you feel better about yourself?
No, I just keep walking.
But
So
you
it
know
don't
what,
it
though?
don't play no role in your life at all.
It just happens so often. I'm not sure if that's
I
like.
think,
Oh,
but you know what?
she popping her collar. She popping her.
But you know,
Hey,
as
she
a
low key
man
tried to
though,
stun on us.
as a
I'm
man
just
though,
saying, Chicago. That's what happens here.
but
You
as a
know,
man, I
you
gotta
have on
apply
a
the
mask and
logic.
everything. Men still try to talk to you.
I gotta apply the
What'd you say
logic
next?
that Anton mentioned. That the thing is, I can't do something if I know if the situation was inverted and my lady is doing the same thing. I know that if I would be upset and the shoe is on the other foot, then that
That's
means
right.
I can't engage in that same behavior and stuff. Though the thing is, it is a one-sided thing because taking back what you mentioned in the past, Anton, men are hunters, right?
Yep.
But I feel
Yep.
like women, and I said then, women are hunters too. They just set traps, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
the thing is, or whatever you call it, but if I know that these are traps that are being laid, then I need to do better. Because the thing is, it's one of those, if I engage in that behavior, whether I'm talking to my lady about it or not, I'm basically giving her the green light to also partake in the same type of activities. And the thing is,
Yeah.
that could go in
Hey,
a
but
whole
men
nother
don't tolerate
direction.
that shit. Men don't tolerate that, man. Men are great.
But that's
And
the thing
You
is,
That's a
don't
great
tolerate
response,
what?
hey,
Nick.
so
A
that's
great
how
Yeah,
I
response.
feel these
they don't
men
tolerate
These
what?
traps, these women set.
yep.
That's
And
Yeah,
what I'm
the,
talking about, brother.
the thing about it, B Nix, though,
Y'all just
ironically,
act like y'all are like
but see,
mindless creatures.
this is a perfect
No, it
example
just
of why
like we just sit
Traps
back
are
and
for
peep game.
mindless creatures.
We just sit
B
back and
Nix,
peep what's going
B
on.
Nix, this is the perfect example as to why I like to separate it based on gender. And I'll give you a perfect example. Overwhelming majority of the interactions that happen on a daily basis, as far as people talking to people, most of the time comes from men approaching women. Like men try to talk to women.
Right.
It's a disproportionate amount of women getting guys trying to talk to them, but it's not happening anywhere near as much on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to separate it and say, no, the dynamics of what happens to women is different from what happened to men. So the context matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like to separate it as gender, because you have to say women set traps because they're not actually out approaching guys. They're still hunting. They're not necessarily hunting in the same way. They're getting approached, whereas the guys are the ones overwhelmingly approaching.
I think there is.
Brandon, of course you think that. All y'all think that y'all are ridiculous. That's like saying.
But I feel like it's so commonplace for men.
Brandon, it's like saying if a woman's dressed sexy, she want a man to touch her. Like that's crazy.
No, I'm not. No, I mean,
no, it's no traps.
I feel like men talk to women all the time, right?
Y'all need to take accountability. Like it's not about no trap.
No.
All right, so let me ask you a question,
Tawanna.
No,
whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, men talk to women all day long. Hell, the group right now, like folks, low key just talk just so they can flirt with other people through social media. Like the thing is if going back to gender. If we look at the amount of men that's going into women DMs versus women going into men DMs, it'd probably be more than double. Like men literally,
I would say more than quadruple.
Right now, as we speak, going in folks' DMs, commenting on pictures, whether they know you or not, just waiting. The good morning, gorgeous. Hey, beautiful. How you doing, queen? You know, nobody ain't really hitting me up on some old, hey, what's up, king? It just don't work like that. Like it would almost feel awkward if it was the case. It's not the culture for that.
You know what?
Men have historically done this and currently do this right now.
I would say that I have a pretty decent following on YouTube, right? And I mean, literally millions of views. So I get a lot of different women reaching out and stuff like that. But even when they reach out, most of the time, and I get it, pretty regularly, like every day, but most of the time, it's still a trap. Like, they don't reach out overtly like the guys do. Like, guys hitting up chicks like, yo, what's going on, beautiful, or whatever. They first hit you with the question, like, yo, I would love to get some more insight into how you opened up your restaurant. Oh, okay, cool. What you want to know? Can we speak in person? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your question again?
Yeah, I gotta be an asshole at this point because I used to think that it was genuine. It's not, and if you don't want to call it a trap, but whatever you want to call it, I'm the bait. So the thing is, I gotta make sure that like I gotta hold myself accountable. So like the thing is, shit like this makes me actually not want to go out. I low key
nobody
don't go
can
out.
trap you.
I understand, B-Nix. I understand.
It is. So the thing is, it becomes
nobody can trap you.
Hmm?
You either
you can get trapped. That's exactly what happened.
or you don't.
Yo, you can get trapped, fam.
No.
No, well, all right.
A woman is
we're
not trapping you.
stretching the term trap.
If a woman makes herself sexually attractive and you decide to approach her, that's still your decision. So that is not a trap. That is also an accountability thing.
You're right.
I need to take accountability for walking my ass over there and talking to her.
But
that don't mean it's not a trap.
It's not a trap.
All right, whatever. Like it's something. Whatever you want to get.
The way you guys look at things is that you are an innocent victim in this whole entire game. No. We are both making
like a recovering
decisions.
Drug addict that I gotta make sure that I cannot put myself in a setting to fall into a trap because then
men are in a specific place for a purpose. And women are there for.
Let me give you a perfect. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help her out. Let me give you a perfect example. The trap is the intention. Okay, so like for example, there are plenty of women every single day at these NBA games. They chasing the rappers, all of this stuff, right? What if the guy actually starts to like the girl genuinely and feels as though he can have a relationship with her? But she has an ulterior motive to get pregnant, and women do this to get pregnant because she feels like that comes the payday. The trap is not in his decision to have a relationship. The trap is in his unexpected outcome, in that he didn't know that she was trying to put him in a compromised position. So yes, he did make the conscious decision to engage with her, but he did not know that she had ulterior motives. That's the whole goal. Women trap because they go out and say, no man should ever slap me on the butt, but they walking down the street naked. Like, fam, you didn't know that you was going. I didn't know all of these guys was going to try to.
That's exactly why I don't believe in this. Y'all promoting rape culture.
Fam, what are you talking about?
Y'all are excusing rape culture. Y'all promoting
using rape. Nobody.
Yes, you are.
No, nobody not saying nothing.
Yes, you are.
Nobody. We're still.
My point that
you justifying. You justifying.
My point is that
I don't agree with.
Y'all, you pick and choose when you want to be educated. No. You want to say, oh, we're smart, we're wise, we're independent.
Nobody makes that man sleep with that woman unprotected.
Me just wearing a pasty on my
neck. Does she have on gray leggings?
In New Orleans.
Nobody makes a man sleep with her unprotected.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if she had on gray leggings, man.
I didn't know
and that still ain't a force.
I didn't know that pasty was going to generate this type of attention.
But why would you do that if you don't want to have? If you don't want to have a baby with someone, why are you sleeping with them unprotected?
That is not what. Did you miss? You missed the entire conversation.
I'm talking to B-Nix.
I said
talking about some what you got the gray stress and the sweatpants.
No, they call leggings, not stretch.
I'm sorry, the leggings
like
on. The gray leggings on. Then blah blah blah. No,
the intention is the trap. If she's looking to have a baby by me, so that she can trap me financially.
This
I
the
don't
Nobody
concept.
trap.
agree.
Nobody trap
It's
nobody.
the concept of the trap. Like that's the thing. Like Anton is speaking to the concept of even engaging in the like. I think somebody even mentioned on the chat. The thing is one of those that like everybody have different methods, right? So we're still talking about flirting, but both men and women, I feel, have different approaches on
And
how
one is
they
not
flirt.
trapping.
Well, it's not trapping per
No.
se. It's the concept. That's what we're talking about, not the
You
actual
guys
trap.
look at it as trapping, and so you're teaching men to look at women in a negative light, like she has a ulterior motive and she's trying to trap them, and that's not the case.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's what
Wait. Let me
And that's
help you
what
out,
I'm
man.
saying.
Hold on. Stop. So every time y'all go out, are your intentions just to have fun and have a drink? And I'm not looking at guys at all. Is that the goal when women go out?
You know,
No, it's a yes
let
or
me
no.
let me tell you
Yes or
this.
no. It's a yes or
I
no.
know it's difficult for men to believe,
Stop.
but our lives don't
Why
revolve
you can't just
around
answer
you.
the question?
Okay?
It
No,
doesn't.
Yes or
Is
no?
there
it's
women?
not the goal. All
Is
the
there
like,
women that go out with the
Yes,
intention
there
of
are
being
women.
approached by men?
yes,
Okay, so guess what?
plenty.
They are presenting themselves in a way that would draw men's attention so that they can get picked up. They're not going to say, "Hey, I want to get picked up." That's the trap. That's the concept, is that they don't want to overtly say, "I want to get picked up," but they want to present themselves in a way that would generate the interest that they're looking for, that they're not saying they're looking for.
Okay.
That's the trap.
So I'm supposed to not dress cute, not wear makeup, no do nothing, because you gonna think I want you. That is ridiculous. That is the craziest thinking I've
you
ever heard
had
in
on
my
like
life.
a do-rag.
Like I dress up and I like to look cute.
No, okay, you
So
had on
I
a
am
do-rag or whatever.
automatically
Somebody is still like literally, we talking about this. Folks still gonna try to holler anyway. We know that. That's obvious. So it's not even the fact that like all the thing we're saying, the same way we're talking about men being in folks' DMs and stuff like that. It goes both ways. Women also do the same type. It may not be the same approach. Women not gonna always be going to somebody DMs, but it is an approach. And I think that's what we're trying to state, that there's a different method per se. You can call it whatever you want. Let's remove the term trap. But there is some intentionality there that a woman does try to engage a man the same way a man engages with a woman. A man may just be more saying like, "Hey, I want you."
I think we both have different approaches, same goal.
I think we're
I do.
we're in agreement
I think
with that.
that we both want to get the interest of the other sex when we go out,
Again,
but we have
in agreement.
different approaches. And actually, a woman shouldn't be shamed for a different approach, because we shouldn't
I don't
behave
think
like a
nobody's
man.
trying to
Who's
shame
shaming?
anyone. It was
And
more
you
so
shouldn't call it a negative term like trapping. It should be called something different,
Like what?
approaching.
You're not approaching though.
No,
It's
that's whack.
approaching.
You're not
All right, so we're going.
Just call it flirting, because that's what it is.
Flirtation, whatever you want to call it, but it's
All right,
not trapping.
Okay. All right. Well,
We're going to
let's
close this out.
Yeah, please.
We're going to close this out, and I just want to get you guys' final thoughts on it. So flirting in the relationship, is it harmless or cheating? Next.
It's cheating. It's a form of cheating. It's a form of cheating.
Tawanna, flirting in a relationship, harmless or cheating?
It's so crazy. It's not.
Yeah, she's just gonna say she don't gotta answer that question. You know what I mean?
It's I guess it could be cheating. I lean more toward cheating than I do think it's harmless. I think it's more of a cheating thing, but I do think that it can be harmless and it can be absolutely nothing to it. So, yeah,
Hey,
yes or no.
Hey, before you go to Anton, this is the first time I think me and you had very hard stances on things. Because usually I'm more so like in the middle. I was really like one-sided this whole night, man, on how I felt about stuff.
I agree.
I think you called me a simp last week. I did feel a way about it.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I told my wife about your ass.
Kind of emasculated you.
I'm like, man, this buddy from Michigan calling me some simp. Still using simp. I'm like, how old is he? Still talking about simp. That's like some old 80s baby stuff, man.
You say how to feel away when he got off the show, huh?
Oh, go ahead, Anton. Close this out.
Anton.
Have to say that.
Flirting in a relationship, harmless.
Listen, Before I even say what I want to say, I'm gonna throw Tawanna under the bus really quickly by saying she have her cake and eat it too. She don't really answer the question and take a hard stance. She say it can be, but it can be harmless at the same time. Like, nah, man, we not gonna do it. We gonna have to have hard stances.
What's a real answer?
It's not a real answer. Listen,
I told you why flirting was wrong.
Don't do anything in a relationship that you would not want done unto you. That's my stance. I think that
is it cheating though? Is
it
cheating, Anton? Is it
I
cheating?
know, I'm answering it.
Okay.
I have the same position in that I don't think it's cheating, but I don't think it's harmless because I think just like anything, it's like a gateway drug. It can lead to something that is not wanted or expected in a relationship. And so you have to be very careful about how you approach things. It's not cheating, but it's definitely not harmless.